Hello guys, welcome back to my channel where I talk about just about everything. I love to talk about doing makeup and all those things, but I also love to talk about money and how to invest. So today I'm going to be talking about REITs, and I'm going to talk about the benefits and disadvantages of investing in REITs. So what are REITs? REITs are real estate investment trust, and they're basically like trust. They're basically like stocks that um, they're basically like stocks that represent real estate investments. For example, an apartment complex or big rental buildings can decide to become publicly traded companies, and anyone can decide that they want to be collect some of their rent. You can basically find a way to say, how can I be part of this apartment complex? How can I be a part? There's a way that you can be a part of the investors in an apartment complex or in rentals for companies and collect some of that income. So we're going to get into talking about the benefits and disadvantages of investing in REITs. So the first advantage is that they are high tax paying dividends, like they are high dividend paying investments. So according to the law, REITs are required to pay up to 90% of their taxable income to investors. So we, the investors, you will get part of that 90% of the income that they collect from rents and all whatever income that they get from their real estate investment, which is obviously going to be the rent. So you're collecting your own share of 90% of the rent based on how much you contribute to that investment. And as we all know, like, real estate is one of the best investments in America because people need somewhere to live and people have to pay rent. People are going to have to pay rent, so I would like to get some of that real estate income. Okay, I don't know about you. All right, let's move into the second advantage here. The second advantage would be the ease of selling or coming out of that investment. Unlike with a real tangible real estate investment like your personal home, or if you have like a business, a real estate investment, a real one, you will have to go through a longer process to get your money. Like, it's going to take you, like, I don't know, your house might sit on the market for, I don't know, months going to years before you can sell it. But if you own a REIT stock, you can just sell it like as soon as you put the price in there and somebody agrees with your price. It's much easier to sell without all the taxes that you have to pay or whatever, all the costs that comes with selling real estate. Let's move into the second one. The second advantage is that it's easier to invest in different kinds of real estate. You can choose to invest in commercial, residential, healthcare, and so on. So with a smaller investment or a smaller amount of investment income that you can bring towards such an investment, compared to if you would do it in real life, if you bring like a small amount, you have the ability to invest in a plethora of like different kinds of real estate just by doing your research. You can go online and research the top rate investments, and you can decide to put your money wherever you want based on the returns and based on doing whatever research. I'm not recommending anything, you know Another advantage, or one of my favorite advantages of investing in REITs, is the professional management. Okay, most of your real estate in REIT stocks, they're being like the apartments or the healthcare buildings, they're being managed by professionals. So the professionals have to deal with like all the all the tenants that don't pay on time, suing them, kicking them out, and you all what you do, you just collect 90% of the share of the income that is generated for just doing nothing, just off of owning a share of it. I feel like that's just such an amazing investment. So basically, it's the easiest way for for a poorer person or for a poor person to invest in real estate and get the advantage of such an investment for little to no I don't know, little to no headache. It's just like an easy way to invest in real estate, and it's just so amazing. Moving on to the fifth advantage, it says that real estate tends to appreciate over time. Rental income often rises with inflation and protecting purchasing power. So you're gonna be getting more money from, like, as the business is growing and as the investors are making more income, you are also going to be benefiting from that. And there's also obviously a lower barrier to entry, because it's something that you're doing online and it's easy to buy, just as easy as it is to buy any common stock. So let's talk about some of the disadvantages. The first one that I'm going to bring up would be tax implications. So it says that dividends from REITs are typically taxed as ordinary income, which may be higher than the rate on qualified dividends. Disadvantage number 2, interest rate sensitivity. So basically, just like the times that we currently live in right now, when interest rates are like going up a little bit and it's making like rent is going high, everything is just more expensive. So when interest rates like start to rise, it just makes it harder. Like, life is just harder for everyone, and income is just it's not flowing as easily when interest rate is higher. So it's just a bit harder for people to be able to afford to pay their rent. So that might be one disadvantage of owning a REIT stock. Just like with any rental investment, it's the same thing, except one is online and one is in person. Limited stock growth potential. So with REITs, because they're giving a lot of the money out they're paying a lot of that money out. So instead of using that money to grow the stock, the value of their stock, a lot of the money that they could have reinvested back or bought the stock back, I don't know how they do those things, but now they're using that money to give it away. So what tends to happen is the value of the stock tends to stay the same most of the time. It doesn't really grow much. There are very few REITs that, as somebody who has invested in REITs for about 2 or 3 years now, their price tends to stay about the same or sometimes even drop, and very few of them tend to appreciate in price because they're giving all of that money out. And then the next disadvantage would be management fees. So you might pay some management fees for owning REIT stocks. Well, there you have it. Those are the pros and cons of owning REITs. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, talk to you guys later. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bye. So overall, I would say the main advantage of owning REITs is for income generation. You could use that income to buy other stocks, or you could use that income to reinvest in REIT stocks in order to grow the part of the income that you're getting from the REIT investment. So I think REITs are great for income generation, with income that you could use to do anything else. So when you're generating income from REITs, you need to remember that if you're going to sell it, there are tax implications attached to that. So it's basically going to be the same like your income from your job. They're basically going to tax you. Um, I would also say that if you're somebody who likes to buy and sell stocks, one great um, platform or one good account to open up in order to buy and sell without any tax implications is a Roth IRA account. You will only be taxed, I believe, only if you pull that money out. However, buying and selling itself in a Roth IRA doesn't have tax implications.